What is up? Eclipse Dawn here with another tarot reading. Trying a new system out. Hopefully it all works. So this reading is for Leo. August 2020. I'm going to start with Leo. Happy birthday, Leo. Let me get this music. It is August of 2020. These readings are for anyone that resonates with them for whatever timeline they hear it. Trust that when you get a message from spirit such as this, it will be at the right time for you. Timelines always change for everyone. Also, the roles of people that we speak of could be changed or reversed. I might say you and I mean they. That's up for you to decide because this is for all of the Leos, Leo rising, sun, moon, or anyone Leo in their chart, or anyone that's interested or cares about a Leo. I just ask that you come in the name of the most benevolent love. For the greater good of all beings. In the name of the greater good of all beings, this reading is for Leo. So, Leo, let's start with where you're at right now. Let's just cut to the chase. Where are you right now? Leo, sun, moon, and rising. August 2020 or thereabout. Or whenever this person hears it, yes. Alright. Okay, I'm going to take it. Well, we got 3 cards that came out for you right now. Usually I take 1, but let's look at these 3 because they all came out. So, Leo, there's a healing process going on. You have 2 major arcana right off the bat. Temperance and the Hangman. You have 3 of Swords reversed, which is heartbreak. Now, there's 2 ways to interpret this. And believe me, there are many different ways to interpret heartbreak and what it means. Either you're getting over a heartbreak and you're healing from it and it no longer pains you the way it did with the deception, betrayal, or shame. And the swords are sliding out with the rain and being healed by the water. But to me, I feel like when I get the 3 of Swords upright, I would much rather tell you this story. To me, the 3 of Swords reversed, it's a heartbreak that has yet to heal. A heartbreak that might need a new perspective in order to become the lesson that it needs to be. And I would say that is most definitely the case here, Leo, because you have Temperance and the Hangman on either side of this heartbreak, which means you need patience, you need to look to your higher self for guidance for healing, and you also need to have a very open mind to gain a new perspective, to see things from a new way, and to ultimately create a new you. So this is where you're at right now. Are you going to let the healing happen? There is a portal that is opening up to you, and it is for your betterment, if you choose to go down this path. But it's the path of emotion. It's the path of intuition, and it's going to make you feel a little unstable. Yeah. So there's this level of procrastination going on. There's a level of you resisting the push to move forward. But again, I think that is because you're learning something. You're learning how to be independent. You're learning how to seek yourself for your own wealth. You're learning that you have a niche and you have something that no one else can provide. But that also could be a part of what's holding you back, is that your uniqueness has given you this kind of perfectionism that's going on. It's keeping you from just letting it happen. The thing is that when you have the chariot that comes into your story at all, even if it's reversed, there's a movement that's happening you cannot stop, Leo. So are you going to have the patience with yourself to let this temperance happen? We have Jupiter moving into its home sign. A lot of luck can come to you. It's another fellow fire sign, but it is a sign that you can look to for wisdom, Leo. Sagittarius is a little bit like an older brother or sister. But at the same time, it's an older brother or sister who does illogical things that maybe got you into some crazy messes, right? Like an older sibling doesn't always know what's best for you. But it is time for you to believe in your own worth and your own wealth, because you have something that you can provide that no one else can. I see in your past that there's some kind of injustice that's going on. Lies, manipulation, or problems with the court, problems with the law, problems with authority, problems with being accepted by the masses. And I say that for sure because you have the Capricorn card here, the Devil. Also a toxic relationship. Something in your past where you had a relationship, Leo, that really wasn't working out for you. And there's a level of maybe you were accused of something you didn't do, or maybe you realized that somebody was being very just not what they portrayed themselves to be. And you realize that, yeah, the love that you thought you were experiencing was not love at all. It just wasn't. It was draining you. See, when you have this kind of thing, actually the Devil's not so bad, but when you have the Devil with the Two of Cups reverse and Justice reverse and the Ace of Cups, like, okay, you've been through some bad stuff, Leo. You've been through some hard stuff, especially with your relationships with people, some kind of toxic relationship that drained everything you had emotionally to give. Felt empty, maybe. And maybe betrayed or stuck in some pattern, stuck in some way. That was your own doing. It was your own doing when you were lacking the responsibility or lacking the ability to take responsibility for your legacy. Sitting there waiting around for something to come into you, you couldn't even see what you had. So you chose to be there, but at the same time, this person took a lot from you. You got over this whole idea of waiting for the ships to come in, though. You have a whole new story to tell. Let's talk about where you're at right now. What Spirit wants you to know about right now. What's going to help you into your future? All right, well, first of all, you're going to have to let go of your preconceived notions, Leo. You don't have it all figured out, and that's why things got messed up. But don't think that you have it all figured out now, too. Don't think that you just know how stupid you are. Maybe you don't. Maybe there's more to the story. Let yourself be the foolish one. Let yourself be ignorant. Also, don't do things that don't make sense anymore. Don't self-sabotage. You cannot. Spirit's saying don't do it. You're being counted on. There's people who are counting on you. There's something bigger than you that you're starting to build, and you have the opportunity to do that. You're going to have to learn how to balance your life out. Make a choice. Choose to focus on that thing, because the tides of your emotions are really making it harder for you to make a decision. And it's okay to be able to balance things in your life, but if you fall apart, it makes you look kind of foolish in the wrong way. Your innocence is going to give you inspiration for your creative energy, and it's going to push away the devil. But you got to let go of who you thought you were supposed to be and stop resisting this movement forward. Yeah, Page of Pentacles. That's great. It's perfect. So Spirit's saying, hey, take one step at a time. Be okay with receiving charity in a grateful way. Don't have high expectations, but also expect things to get better. It's like the vagabond who's at peace with being homeless because he has everything provided for him. Now, he could stay that way or he could start building. If you want to start building, trust that you will be taken care of. You have the Four of Wands here. That means somebody in something wants to commit or it's something that you want to commit to. This is beautiful. The Four of Wands is like the sacred union where there's enough room, there's enough space for spirit to flow through, but it is a strong bond. It is a square, and it lasts forever. It's a marriage. So maybe some people even are going to be looking at a marriage in their life sometimes, or a unity. The card went to the floor, so I'm going to pick that up. What else does Spirit have to say about advice for you for your future? Queen of Cups, getting in touch with your emotions, and the King of Pentacles. Wait, okay. That's the Four of Pentacles. Sorry, I'm not used to these cards. I was going to say, we do see the Hangman at the bottom of the deck again. So yeah, big part of your lesson is new perspective. Getting in touch with your emotions and becoming emotionally mature. I want to bring back the Temperance card here to really show you. Okay? Temperance means the right temperature, timing, elements, space, air, density. Everything has to be perfectly timed and also measured to make the alchemy happen. That takes patience and also repetition. Archangel Gabriel is here to help you heal. The triangle is synergy, bringing a new life. You go from 2 to 3 to 4 to growing into a square to having temperance, to having balance in your life. This again, another 4 here, the Four of Wands, a square in your life to heal this double energy. Double energy brings healing into your life. Okay, it's not a bad thing, but it's because you're finding resistance because actually God's asking you to do something that's going to be much greater than you, and it's going to be about you contributing to a group of people. But you're going to have to heal yourself first, and by doing that, you have to find this emotional maturity here in the water signs: Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer energy, Mother energy, spiritual energy, sexual healing, healing your sacral chakra, and letting the waves and the tides of the waters wash over you so that you become very in tune with your own emotions and understand your own emotions. Because that's what the Queen of Cups does. That's who she is. Instead of taking for granted I feel like there's some regret here. But it's like you're regretting what's been handed to you, but also you've been handed some bullshit. So really just becoming independent and letting go of thinking that you deserve bad things and coming into a new perspective where the Four of Pentacles is telling you you need to value what you have, learn to save it, but don't be a miser. Maybe you're a bit afraid to save it because you don't want to be a miser, but right now it's okay to save because you're running out of options. Seven of Cups reverse emotionally. Maybe it's that you don't want to have so much going on. I find this card very interesting. Blinded by the light, he cannot see the silhouette of her figure, but he can see the shapes and shadows of all the cups around. Power, prestige, property, spiritual awakeness, royalty, treasures, mystery, all of these things that are alluring, all the knowledge, education, things that he could choose or she could choose that are alluring. But the truth is actually behind the Virgin here, which actually to me looks kind of like a mushroom. But long story short, the light behind her is what's actually the truth. He can't see beyond her figure and all the figures before her. There's all these shapes and shadows and ideas of what will bring you happiness. The truth is the light. And the light is coming from a source that is the same source that's coming from the light within you. So no matter what you choose, you will learn. But until you choose the light within you, you will always come back around to nothing's going to fulfill you in that way. And that takes emotional maturity and patience and new perspective. So you can collaborate with others and build something that's worth having in your life. True commitment, Leo. And sometimes, Leo, we have a hard time with that, okay? Because we like to roam on our own. We roam on our own because we're lions, but we also hunt and pride. So we have that both sides. We need affection, but we need our independence. Law of attraction. Keep your thoughts positive and surround yourself with positive people and situations, and you will attract more positivity into your life. Obviously, law of attraction is about way more than that, but it is interesting that it brings up relationships, because I do think in your relationships as human beings we learn so much, right? So if you find yourself around people maybe, or you have recently, that were toxic, or toxic relationships, or things that made you feel yucky, and now you're starting to find that you surround yourself with positive people, you're feeling a lot better, really listen to that. Okay, Leo? Let's see what else. Yeah, the Knight of Pentacles. This is a slow and steady wins the race kind of situation. Don't rush into it, and don't think just because before you've made bad choices that you're going to continue to make bad choices. There's going to be a blockage of energy, and it's because it's time to let go of betrayal. Like, maybe there's some trust issues here, Leo, is what's coming up. If you want union in your life, to let that all go. It's like coming up with the miserly energy here, where you can't hold on to everything. Like, if it's that precious to you, let it go. Even if it's something that wants to be in your life, or you want in your life. Again, with the Chariot reverse. So this is what is keeping you, holding you back. You can't hold on to something that is so beautiful like that. It's because you're avoiding your own healing and having to face crumbling. Just, go in your mind and realize that even if you lost it all tomorrow, it's still worth it to make this effort every day. And maybe there's something you need to communicate with somebody about this. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, there's a lack of communication. This is something that maybe you need to vocalize to something that you care about. Because it's keeping a transformation from happening that really needs to be dealt with, and gone. You need a whole new perspective on this. Don't be afraid of committing to something out of the fear of loss. Leo, you're holding back an energy that needs to push through a new opportunity in your life. It's going to bring you a lot of success, but you're not willing to choose because you're afraid. You're holding on to something. But if you move slowly and you focus on emotional maturity, you're going to get there. Just because you've been betrayed in the past and you still don't understand why, it doesn't mean that it's going to be the same thing again. Like, it doesn't mean that you have an excuse to avoid your own healing. The Tower card wants to come into your life. Something needs to be wiped out. If you're avoiding it, then this transformation won't be able to happen. Death card reversed. 8 of Wands, lack of communication. Reverse, right? Right side up, it's a lot of communication. Also, just like lack of movement forward. I mean, there's so much lack of movement forward, Leo. So I want to clarify that. This whole mess, I think it's a fear of loss. That's what I'm feeling. Afraid of losing something you care about. Some advice cards that I've written here. When you're in a triangle, you must decide what your cause is. More than one soul relies on you now. Be aware of the sacred shapes you and your community are making. Where do you best serve? So maybe you need to think about what the bigger picture and who you're benefiting, like by being committed to this or wanting this, and what the law of attraction is bringing to you. Because always in the name of the greater good, you might want something that you want to bring the best out of somebody or the best out of a relationship or a situation. You have to align with what the best scenario is, or your best role in that scenario is, in the name of God, because some other entities or people or beings might be relying on you in a way that you don't understand, and so you have to ask God, how do I best serve here so I can stay in this situation and bring the best out of myself and the people I'm around. Sometimes we fear her, so this is the storm. Sometimes we fear her. Other times we pray for her to come and wash it all away. She is a force, and she will not judge any one thing, person, or lands. She is ruthless at times, subtle at others. She has saved you more times than she has stolen your loved ones. Repent. Maybe ask for forgiveness. Maybe let go of your desire to control this so you can let this energy flow through. It is asking you to be patient, but it definitely, slow and steady wins the race, one step at a time. The most committed knight here towards your finances, your well-being, your body, you can do this. Law of attraction asks you to bring in not what you ask for with your words, but what you vibe with. And I think if you change your perspective a little bit and realize that it's not just because you've made bad choices, but that you're being asked to involve yourself with something else and become more emotionally mature, then this chariot that's come up twice in two different decks, that also is reversed in both times, this needs to flip. And it's gonna flip when you choose not to just not choose your healing. When you're choosing not to choose your healing and letting all this stuff from the past rule you, then you're going to be stuck in a place where you can never make a decision and these opportunities won't come through. So if you choose your own healing and you choose to find that strength in the square, not the weakness, not the closed off part of the square, but the part where it has a strong foundation and the air can flow through, Four of Wands, then you'll have like more of a young, youthful perspective on how you can build your life and just start over. So what about whatever? This is the young man who's busking and is gonna one day be a millionaire because of his perspective. He has nothing now, but he could have it all tomorrow because he believes in his own worth. Putting his soul where the sun is, at the end of the portal, to find himself there. The whole journey, coming back around. So I hope that makes sense to you, Leo. I know these are trying times for everyone, so I pray for you. Let's all pray for each other. I hope that this brings guidance and clarity. Make sure that you know that you have your own free will, and no matter what I say, you are the one who decides. If you need more information, you can always contact me. Thank you. Eclipse Dawn signing off. Ciao.